his cell phone time, but he's leveraging his business credit. And so that's what I started doing. Trying to like do parties. Like, so I'm trying to do a party for towards Christmas time. I'm gonna do a vegan party, and I'm gonna charge probably like $50 a ticket, and basically everybody gonna come and they gonna eat good. I'm gonna do a buffet, and I'm gonna have entertainment, and then I'll probably give away some prizes. And that way, $50 a person, you know, basically I'll make my money back. Let's say if 100 people come, see what I'm saying? And that way, whatever money I use for my credit, I can get back, and then I'll pay back my credit card off, and then everything else is profit. And I use my credit card, and that's just one way. I mean, like we talked about the car, you can get the car, use it for like Turo. You don't have to do Turo. You can use Hire Car, and those are two platforms where you can actually do like you can rent a car from and stuff like that. So
yeah, I heard about two of them.
yeah, and basically you let somebody, you know, rent your car for Uber or whatever like that, or if it might just be leisure. But if you're charging 115 a day, and you know they're renting it up to, like, let's say you have a four day limit, you're guaranteed that they're going to use it for 4 days. So if you use your credit to leverage, and let's say your not your mortgage, but your payment, let's say it's $600 a month, that's already $400 for them 4 days. It's a little bit more than $400, but I'm not good at math off the head like that. But it's a little bit more than $400. And so you already got your payment for the car. And then of course, then, you know, you want to get your payment for the insurance, and then everything else is profit. So, and I mean, that's just something you can get your LLC, right? You can have it Nikita or Style by Nikita LLC. Then you can do a DBA, and then do, I don't know, Nikita Car Rentals, or Dothan Car Rentals, or however you want to, you know, name it.
Yeah.
And then have that business on the side, and that business can be supporting your hair business. That way you can say, you know what, I only want to do 6 clients this month. I'm just saying, I know you do more than that, but I'm just saying, you can say, I want to do 6 clients this month, and Turo gonna pay the rest for the rest. Or you can even do like a party rental space, but it can be all done by your business credit based on how you build it, though.
Right.
And when you first start your business credit, of course they're gonna go off your regular credit, because they want to see how your regular credit is. But you can also check certain business cards don't use your actual credit. They use your business credit, which is like your paydex score that I was telling you about. And they go off of that. That's why I use this thing for the last year. It's called nav.com. And nav.com basically allows you to build a trade line, which is just like the paydex. And you build the trade line, and you're able to build off of that. And you can get a business card off of that because you've been paying that trade line for 6 months. And they do it by quarter. So like the fiscal year is every 4 months. And that's how they do it, and they report it like that. So they reported mine twice so far. And so that's how they're able to give me business credit without using my regular credit. But you also have to check, because certain ones, they're going to use TransUnion. Certain ones are going to use Equifax. Certain ones are going to use Experian. But Experian and TransUnion is the only ones that have business credit.
Did you see my phone? I hope they ain't take my phone with them, Lord.
You probably left it over in the kitchen, because that's where you're over there. I seen the phone in the kitchen.
Oh, I got it.
Okay, that's good.
Those children, how they be all over the place.
Oh no.
Yeah, I had told myself, let me go and let them get up out of here.
And she act like she can't do nothing with them.
Some of them don't. They just sit down and just let the kids do what they
Lord.
want to do.
Come tearing up other people's house.
Most of the time, that's how they leave their home.
Yeah, that's what they do at home.
Have you tried that vegan place out here before?
No, because I ain't vegan.
Oh, you not?
What
I-
you,
I
you
thought
thought I
your
was
mom-
vegan?
I thought your mom just said that.
No,
we
Will,
ain't
not
vegan.
Will, not vegan.
Uh-uh. No, we ain't
I
vegan.
eat the meats.
Now I got a
Oh, I
friend that's
understand.
vegan.
Oh, your friend. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm not.
Yeah, he probably ended up talking to her about terms of vegan.
I ain't just been talking to each other
She
about
asked a
it.
lot of questions about it.
I ain't trying to go that way.
No.
I don't know what that is.
You ask a lot of questions. You ask a lot of questions about it.
Because I'm curious because
That's good that
they
you
said that
educate
they be
yourself.
eating,
That's good that
it's
she's
like, it
curious.
tastes like steak, it tastes like this. But it's got me confused because how can something taste like meat if it's not meat?
Because they
My thing
confused.
is, I
That's
don't
why.
want it to confuse me.
And that's
If
what I'm
gonna
saying.
If I'm going to vegan, why I want something that tastes like chicken? It tastes like
Right,
that's what
and
I'm
you
want.
doing,
Because that's what I'm gonna want.
you getting away from meat, so why would you want something that's gonna taste
It's
just
gonna
like
taste
that?
like it.
But see, companies, and I'm gonna clear this up. Companies have put this plant-based diet out there, and the what plant-based is all these things that are made up of all these different chemicals, and then they inject it and they use pea protein, which makes it solid, because pea protein has flour in it. It's called like a whey flour. I think that's what the word is. But that makes it solidified into that steak, into that chicken. You ever seen the beef crumbles, or you heard of the beef crumbles that they have? And the companies have went with this plant-based, because you see they say plant-based, not vegan, because some of the plant-based stuff still has milk in it, still has eggs in it, and so it's not all the way healthy for you. It's actually not healthy at all,
Yeah.
because they got a lot of sugar in it, because that what it does is that makes you addicted. In salt, because it makes you addicted. And so
Right.
none of that stuff is naturally vegan, or it ain't really plant-based. And you know, I encourage y'all to question me and research that, because a lot of that stuff is not good at all. Anything that's in that freezer section is bad.
Yeah.
Period.
I figured that.
A lot of it is called.
But a lot of stuff you don't even know if it's really vegan. They're gonna put vegan on the bag, of course.
Yes, they are.
They're gonna put
So they
vegan,
can sell
yeah,
it.
so they can sell it. But is
Yeah.
it really vegan products?
I'll say if it got more than like 6 ingredients, it's bad. But see, then this is the thing, and this is what me and my friend we do our own studies. We was like, well, if it's vegan, you shouldn't even have to read the back of something. That means you shouldn't eat it if you got to read the back of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a valid point, because I eat something called jackfruit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And-
no jackfruit is.
and they started making a one where they put it in this bag, and like I said, they put sugar in it and they put salt in it. Why are y'all putting sugar and salt on something that's natural? That's because they want you to be addicted to their product. Like it's another form of MSG. MSG is like an addiction, it's like a food drug, and they put it in there so that you'll be addicted to it. It's mostly in like Japanese and Chinese food. It can be caught in Thai food, but they got another name for it so they can disguise it. But even, I mean, if you just go to the FDA, you'll see how much stuff is really banned in other countries that they have over here that we are allowed to eat.
Wow.
And it's like, it's really crazy. So that's why when you have this plant-based stuff, going back to the plant-based, it ain't none of it plant-based.
Right.
Most, like I said, the most thing they have in there is pea protein.
Mm.
And that ain't even for peas. You know? It's
So
crazy.
they really don't know what they eating.
No, they don't. And that's why they're confused, because if you're trying to say you're vegan, why would you want something that tastes like meat? Why?
Right.
Right.
It don't even make sense. You just confused. But it's all right, because everybody's on their own learning journey from wherever they're trying to get to.
Yeah.
So, you've been 100% vegan for the whole 7 years. Like you never.
Yes. Yes.
What made you want to go vegan though?
A lot of different reasons. So one, I would say, is our families. We always say, you know, diabetes running the family,
Yeah.
heart congestion running the family, high cholesterol running the family. It's because of the habits that we carry over to the next generation. You know, you ever heard about or met somebody where they try to overfeed their child, or when their kids say they not hungry, they still make them eat? But a child know when they not hungry. A child know when they don't need to eat no more.
These kids now, you ain't gotta tell them they full, they gonna still eat.
Yes,
So
that's
it's,
true.
it's different.
But even like just my generation, I guess I'm speaking for, you know, we couldn't leave the table without finishing our food, even if we was full.
I seen last night, I don't mean to cut you off, but I seen last night on the show, everybody had his Chris, and the little girl reminded me of her. Because Tanya said, you finna eat all this food, she would not eat no sausage. Every day she had family eating sausage. And the little girl would not eat the sausage. The little girl said, she said, you better not get up from this table until you eat that sausage. And she walked back in the kitchen at 3 in the morning, the little girl was sitting there asleep at the table. She said, go to bed. I said, oh, that reminded me of me, because if it was something I didn't want, or if I had too much food and I couldn't eat it, because I ain't used to eat a lot. But if I had too much food and I couldn't eat it, I used to, my dad's like, you gonna sit here at the table till you eat that food, and I go sleep at the table. You plate over here, and I'm over here laying down. Until I was able to go to bed.
They used to make me try to eat Brussels sprouts and cauliflower. I didn't like neither one, because I didn't like the smell of the Brussels sprouts, and I didn't like the texture of the cauliflower. I also was made to eat pig ears and pig feet. And chitlins.
Chitlins?
Yeah, I used to make a bowl of chitlins sit for days because she used to try to make me eat it, my grandmother.
Yeah.
And then she don't even remember that she tried to make me eat it.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part. That's called selective memory.
Yeah.
That's what that is. That selective memory.
Or that's that I remember, but I don't want to admit it.
Yeah. Yeah. I know y'all had y'all grandparents and y'all mothers out there, and they made y'all eat things that y'all really, really didn't want to have. And so, back to what made me go vegan is, like I said, we say these things run in our family, but it's really habits that we carry over to the next generation. And one thing I wanted to do is break the barrier of, having to eat all these things that, we really don't have to eat. And so then upon my studies and learning things of what causes cancer, which is so many different things that cause cancer besides the food. But that's one important thing that if you can kind of digress from, then you'll be able to, actually at least, I would say beat some of the traits. Because one study was done by, I don't know if you heard of Dr. Sebi. We all have cancer traits in us. But it's all how we treat our body is how it deflects it, build up a wall, your immune system and stuff like that. The more you build up your immune system, the more you are to deflect those things. And so when I started to learn about fasting was the first step. And I'm actually going to do a video on this on my YouTube channel on how to become vegan. And so the first thing was actually detoxing, which was fasting, and I would eat for 16 hours. Now, of course, everybody like 16 hours. Well, 8 of those hours was
like
sleep.
16 days or something.
No.
16 hours, okay.
No. I mean,
that's not bad, because I kind of probably do that already, especially with me working.
And then if you count your sleep, you fasted 7 hours, 6 hours, however long you sleep for.
Yeah.
You count your sleep, and then plus another couple of hours, then there go your fast. Or if you stop eating at 6 o'clock, you stop eating at 5 o'clock. I stop eating at 5 o'clock, and then from there.
Every day?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. So I get my meals in
so I gotta
early.
eat 3 times before 5 o'clock.
Yeah, because you can do snacks.
Yeah.
You can do a lot of different snacks, fruit.
So that gives you full time to digest.
So after 5 o'clock, what you do? Just drink water?
Sometimes I don't need it, but yes, if so, I'll drink water. And I might do like an infused water at the most. But at the least, I'll just drink water. And when I first started, it wasn't difficult for me to do the fast, but I still had cravings. I had a lot of different cravings, like fries was one, chips was a big one, juices. I used to like those calypsos. I used to love those Calypsos. I had to digress from all those type of juices because they had something called high fructose corn syrup. And high fructose corn syrup. Now, corn syrup is not as bad, but it's bad too. But when you do high fructose, that means that they put it in the machine and they put it at a high temperature so that it can crystallize into a type of sugar. And then they put it, of course, in all your different things like juices and teas and all that different stuff. And that's bad for not only for your blood pressure, but your heart, because it's messing with your heart. It's not allowing your heart to be regular. It's teaching it to be irregular. So you have irregular heartbeats because high fructose corn syrup. And it causes cancer. And so, so I just started detoxing from all that stuff. Now, I stopped eating pork a long time ago, like when I was 16 years old. Because when I got from under my grandmother's care, I was like, all right, now I don't have to eat this anymore. You know what I mean? And so the only thing I ate was like bacon. And we all ate bacon because it's a breakfast thing. So we're taught that's what we eat for breakfast. But even when I went vegan, I was like, I gotta stop eating the bacon because it's addicting. Then I stopped eating beef when I was like probably like 21 or 22 because I got an ulcer from eating beef. And it was making me sick. It was making me regurgitating. And so I was like, all right, can't eat that no more.
Well, the people in the back, what regurgitate mean?
Regurgitate means that basically inflammation and acidity starts turning in your stomach, and then it comes back out of your esophagus, basically, or your throat. I guess I'm using too many big terms, but and so basically.
So AKA, you eat some food and then go down and come back up and make you puke.
Yep. And the acidity from what you're eating is not agreeing with your body. So your body is not agreeing with it. In both ways.
That's about the same as people that go and get they what they call, they go and get what they do when they get they something in their stomach, gallbladder.
Yeah, your
They
gallbladder.
and they can't keep nothing down.
Yeah, and that's because you eat a whole bunch of like canola oil or vegetable oil, and you done ate it so long from fried foods, and you messing up your body. And those gallstones are not no joke, and they can kill you. They can kill you if you do not get them handled. So definitely be aware of that. But yeah, so like I said, the fasting led me to not eat so much because as a society, they have us thinking that we gotta have so much food. We have pasta, chicken, and vegetables. We got a whole bunch of pasta and chicken, but a little bit of vegetables. And I'm not saying that for every person because some people do like vegetables. But for the most part, a lot of people will just put so much on their plate and then they gotta feel that stomach hurting feeling for them to feel full. But people don't know when you eat, it takes about a minute to about 5 minutes for your brain to say, I'm full, and for you to fully process. That's why when you
trying to finish what's on your plate.
Yes.
And I can honestly say I know what you mean because I can sit here and say I'm hungry, but then I can go and get me like some chips or something small, and I feel that hungry feeling, like that hunger feeling that I felt it'll be gone because I done snacked on something.
Exactly.
To hold me over. So it's about the same as eating, because really you just trying to finish your plate.
Yep.
So if you took a couple of bites, took something to drink, automatically you were like, oh, that filled me up.
Yep. And honestly, I still have problems with that. And I'm eating vegetables. And so to the point where now I don't talk on the phone. I don't use the phone while I'm eating. Why you don't do that is because you're distracted and you're not taking in your food. You're literally like swallowing it. And that's one thing you don't want to do because one, you could choke. And then two, you're not fully chewing your food. You're supposed to chew your food. It's supposed to look like, I guess you want to say, basically throw up.
Mush.
Yeah, mush, like mush. And then you swallow your food.
I ain't gonna lie. Girl, I used to be close friends with her mom, man. Let me tell you, she used to sit there and chew so long. I used to be like, is it food you chewing on or you got gum? Because she used to chew so long on whatever she did. I didn't think it was normal, but I guess it is normal. She just tried to make sure she chewed up her food the right way.
Absolutely.
But I know I started noticing and hearing that is the right way to eat and chew. But I take a long time to eat. It's, but I don't. It's not because of me chewing long. So I can only imagine if I chewed long. Lord Jesus, I ain't gonna never finish my food.
And it's really it's like a you're on a date with your food, if I can use that terminology, and you're having a good time with your food. If you swallow your food, you're not having a good time with that food. You're ready to get past it. And then when you don't have a good time with your food, then you think you're hungry again. So then now you're having another date with another plate, and you're doing the same thing again. So you might have ate about 4 plates now, because everybody do the seconds and thirds or whatever when you cook. But sometimes when you have that one date with that one plate, you all good to go. But you got to take it slow.
Right.
And so, fasting is definitely the way to go, but it's all a process. So I'm not recommending nobody to start at 16 hours. I would say 8 hours at the most, because like I said, most of the time you sleep. And of course you're not eating when you sleep, so it's the perfect time. And then skip breakfast. Because all in all, with breakfast, it makes you slower through the day, because you need the energy that you have when you wake up for whatever you're trying to accomplish. And especially for people that eat meat, it confuses the brain. It really does.
What's all that? So what you think about the saying, breakfast is the most important meal of the day?
They lied. They lied to us.
They lied.
It's really to slow you down. When you ready to do things like be productive, it slows you down. Now, let's say you have like a smoothie. People that smoothie or do juices.
Right.
That would be better than having eggs.
4 course breakfast.
Man, because people be saying, "Oh, I feel sleepy after I done ate." Well, that's because you had to use energy. You had to use energy to eat that meal. And now you going to work and you tired talking about, oh, it's Monday, I'm tired. Not because you done ate 3-4 pieces of bacon, maybe 2 sausage, eggs, toast. You had some grits.
That ain't gonna work.
And it's like, whoa, you had all that at 8 a.m.? No wonder why you tired by 10. Your body is trying to work all that stuff down that you didn't have.
Yeah.
Well, versus, let's say you had maybe an egg and you had some watermelon juice. I mean, that's just an example. I'm not saying you gotta go and do watermelon juice and buy you a juicer, but you can simply put it in the blender, throw some coconut water in there, and have that, and then have that egg, and be done. Something very light, and that'll suffice, literally. But yeah, just or if you're gonna eat early in the day, I would say don't eat late in the day. If that's how you want to do it. But eventually you got to get the discipline to really want to fast, because that is going to clean your lymphatic system. Your lymphatic system, for people that don't know, is your lower digestive system. You got 2 digestive systems. One is your upper lymphatic, and then the other one is your lower. And I definitely recommend you question me and you do your own research about it. And basically that is what is a part of your organs. Not your organs, your intestines. And that's a part of your lymphatic system. And that's supposed to be getting cleaned out every single day. And if you're not cleaning that out, you got all this waste build up. And that's why sometimes it's hard for you to have a bowel movement. And then you wondering why you're not having a bowel movement. You're supposed to have a bowel movement every time you wake up.
Every time you eat, yeah.
Every time you eat, every time you wake up.
Yeah.
But most of the time when you wake up is when you get cleaned out.
Right.
And if you're not getting cleaned out, that's why you're supposed to fast. So that when you're digesting whatever, let's say by 10 o'clock you done drunk some water, you're having a bowel movement. And so those was the most important things to me when I started being vegan. And then also watching what I ate and how much of I ate. Because even though I went vegan, the first thing that I went when I went vegan was eating all this fried stuff. You know, fried mushrooms, and they had these fried oyster chicken things. You know what I mean? See, even I had to fathom eating chicken in a vegan way. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So I would just say fasting, and then figuring out what nutrients you need to be able to survive, because that's the most important thing. Everybody takes their supplements, but you also need certain things like iron, vitamin C, vitamin B, vitamin D, vitamin E, magnesium.
Definitely magnesium.
And you got to find it in your vegetables, in your grains. Quinoa is a good one for like vitamin D and vitamin C, because vitamin D is, basically comes from the sun. And basically quinoa grows out in the fields. And so quinoa is like the little small grains. Have y'all seen that before? It almost look like grits. But it's an ancient grain that they used to grow. And it's like their form of rice. And that is very good in vitamin D. Iron, spinach, kale, something called arugula. That's very good for iron. But it's just about you doing your first studies on why you would even want to go vegan. You know what I mean? Because some people, they enjoy eating meat, and I'm not mad at you. But you got to be prepared for the cause and effects. Because it might not happen today, but it might happen when you're older. There's going to be certain things that are going to start to change in your body that you're going to be affected from eating meat. Because for one, if you look at maybe the 1950s to now, the burgers are way different. I even had my grandmother told me.
Food in general tastes different.
Yep.
And me and mom were just saying food don't even last long no more.
No.
You'll get that food and have a date on it.
Yeah.
It be bad before the date even get here.
Yep.
And sometimes the shelf life, it can be a week or so that the food says is going bad.
Yeah.
But it's still supposed to have some type of shelf life to it, to where even though that time expired, it's still good. You know what I'm saying? That's why they have these other grocery stores that if the food is out of date, you can still go in the store and buy it. Because if it was bad, they can't sell it to nobody.
Nope.
But you got food that it grows mold on it quick. I'm like, what in the world?
Man, y'all, even the fruits and vegetables.
Yep.
Yeah,
the fruits and vegetables.
They don't last.
It's like they wait to bring them to you when it's about to go out, so you can't hold on to it.
Right.
Because they know we need food, so we're gonna go buy it again.
Exactly.
I wouldn't even get no food if I know I'm gonna go out of town for a couple of days, because you come back, it's not gonna be no good
At all.
And that's sad. It's like whatever you buy, you have to eat it like fast.
Yeah. So there's no food storage.
Right.
There's no type of food storage. And
Not no more.
No.
Can't stock up on no food no more.
The only thing I have seen somebody do is do the pickling thing, where they pickle a lot of different stuff and that hold it in a jar, and that keep the shelf life. I don't know. I didn't know how long, but I seen it one time on YouTube, and the lady basically was pickling all type of stuff, okra. I don't know. It was just all type of stuff she was doing, and then she also
Either that or freezer.
yeah. Yep. She was also making a lot of different jams. She was making a lot of different jams, and then she know how to make bread, so she can make bread. And she was actually cooking in the outside oven, which I've never seen before. Mm-hmm. The outside oven, basically, you use wood, and you put it inside the oven, and it bakes. And you close the little lid on it, and it bakes. And I thought that was really cool, because that's another thing. A reason why I went vegan too, because it saved me a lot more money. It does, along with the fasting. Because if I'm not eating for a certain amount of time, then I ain't got to spend as much money. And trust me, it does help. What's good, y'all?
I'm doing my blog. So here's my intro, because it's gonna be probably me. I just want the conversation to flow. What's going on to my YouTube channel? What's going on to my family out there? This guy right here is a client of mine. He's from California. I don't know how he found me, but hey, he's in my chair. So I just want to, I encourage him to get a YouTube channel based on talking to him for the first couple of times that he came. I told him he should get a YouTube channel. I don't know why. I forgot what I told, the reason why I told you you should get one. I forgot what you were telling me you was going to be doing. But now he's into talking about vegan food. So that's what y'all was hearing us talk about, was the vegan food that he's, he go around try different foods, and he got a lot of knowledge about it. So if y'all have any questions on, if you're a vegan, you have any questions on vegan stuff, then this is the person you need to talk to, or you can drop it down in the comments on any questions that you may have, and he might see it and, you know, get on and talk about it. But you can tell them what your name is, what your page is.
What's going on, y'all? My name is Original. You can follow me at the space original space vegan. And yes, I do go by Original. But yeah, I'm talking about veganism, but not only veganism, but living a better, higher quality lifestyle. And that's, you know, that's what I'm really teaching on my channel. And then also I go hiking. So if you're looking for any hiking places, I can definitely be your director to that. And then also I'm cooking and showing you how to cook simple meals that are vegan. And also, I mean, you can implement, you know, your chicken or whatever into the meals, but it's just a way to eat healthier. You don't have to necessarily go vegan, because like I said, everybody doesn't want to go vegan, but you can include the meal with your chicken, beef, or whatever like that. But yeah, y'all give me a like, a share, a follow, and I appreciate that for sure.
All right, so I do want to ask for the people in the back, like, what brought you over here to the countryside from California? Because a lot of us be like, we want to see California. It's beautiful, the water, the views, and then you come to the countryside of Alabama / Florida / Alabama.
So it's great that you asked that, because the same reason why you guys want to go and flourish and visit California is the same reason why I wanted to come to Florida, because it was something new for me. It was something that I never fathomed doing, but I had family from Florida and they always tried to get me to come here, but I said, I don't know nothing about Florida. Why?
Hold on, now let me change up how I said that. Okay, because the Florida that I'm from, this is a different type of Florida that I'm talking about.
Okay.
It's more like the country bumpkin side of Florida, not the down south. You know, there's two different kind of Floridas that I'm talking about. That's why I said Florida / Alabama.
Yeah. So I got you.
Yeah, it's country.
So I lived in Texas before.
Okay.
You know, another southern state. So I've been around it. You know, I've been around the country accent, the ways, you know, the down home cooking, you know, just the way of southern living. I've been around it. So I knew that I could adjust to that, but I knew that these were some different southern people. I've never been to Florida. So I just wanted to adventure. I've lived a lot of different places because of my mom and my grandparents. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to give Florida a try. And I'm really happy that I did, because honestly, y'all, I feel like I'm in paradise every day because of the beautiful beaches, the new people, the different understanding that I get from the Floridians. I get a different understanding from y'all, honestly, you know, on the way of life. You know, and a lot of people that I talk to and I run across, they're living a high quality of life. And it's appreciated. I mean, even just from you, and I see, you know, the things that you're doing on your YouTube channel, or just things that you tell me you're doing. It's like you're not trying to live stress. You know, everybody has a certain amount of stress, but, you know, I just see a high quality of life. And it's another day in paradise for me. And I think that it was a smart move for me to come to Florida. Was I afraid? A little bit, because it's somewhere new. Anywhere
The
new.
other side of the world.
Yes.
Literally.
And don't get me wrong, y'all. California is beautiful. California is a great place to visit. And please be my guest and come to the Bay Area. Visit the Bay Area. Don't go to LA. You ain't gotta go to LA.
What part you was in?
I was living in Sacramento, but I'm originally from Oakland, California. So shout out to the Bay Area. You know, it's
Is that
Bay
more
or
of
no
the
way.
rougher Oakland?
Oh yeah, Oakland is definitely rough, but it has this beautiful side because it's very artistic. There's a lot of artists that come.
I ain't
from
gonna
there.
lie, that's what made me want to go. I was about to go,
Yes,
but my mom was saying it was too far because I want to go for art school.
you should have
But
the
that was
Art
in-
Institute.
That was in San Antonio.
Wait, the Art Institute,
Yeah, I think it was in
Oh.
San Antonio, or is it
San Francisco.
San Francisco?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm like San Antonio in Texas.
The art school in San Francisco. That's the one I wanted to go to. But
Man, it
when
would
I
have
was
been
doing the
dope.
process, it's so expensive.
Yes, it is. But you come out with a lot.
Yeah.
You come out with a lot because
Yeah.
I wanted to do the same thing because they have Dolby, which is the audio for all our TVs and all our tablets and all that.
Right.
They are the people that do the audio. I wanted to work with them
Okay.
because, of course, I like the videography and the editing, but I also like audio too.
Right.
And being able to make beats like we were just talking about.
Right.
And so they have a big program for that. You know, of course, audio engineering, but soundproofing, sound making, sound adjustment, and these are all of what they offer at the Art Institute.
Right.
But no, anyways, because I don't want to advertise for them. But
Okay. So they sure took our money. Just on the application fee they took.
man,
Dang, God dang.
man.
But I know it would have been a expensive.
California move was like, you know what? It's so saturated with videography and photography, and I think I told you this before. It was so saturated because, one, in the midst of my hiatus of my career, Corona came. And so one thing that a lot of people that just became your average videographer, they were charging $200 for a music video. And this is how they were making their money. Now, I'm not knocking them for what they did. But after the wave left, they left. And the real artists, the true artists that, you know, bleed and breathe this, was left with no money. You see what I'm saying? And so it was like, okay, I got to get out of this saturated market and go somewhere where I can flourish, where it needs to be. And so, lo and behold, I came here to Florida. I came in, I was introduced to Panama City and Tallahassee, and of course Marietta, Florida, where my family lives. And it's such a need for the market. I mean, every time I turn around, there's somebody that needs videography or photography. And so that was just one of the reasons. But also, of course, I came.
That's why I moved to Panama. Well, that's the reason why we moved to Panama
Yeah.
when we did, and it did real good until the hurricane happened. Yeah, I'm talking about Left and Right was filming
Wow.
mainly music videos though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But it's picking up. It's really picking up. There's a lot of people. There's people that know who I am, and they call me Bayheart Media. By the way, y'all can follow me on Instagram too. Bayheart Media, BAYHEART Media, and that's on Instagram. But there's a lot of people that know me, and I don't really know them, but I've advertised myself. And you know, it's all about word of mouth and putting yourself out there.
Yeah, that promotion, everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
And so I was really, really proud because you don't know when your work is going to pay off. Sometimes.
Shit, yeah. It seems like it ain't going nowhere.
Yep. You know?
Yeah.
And it seemed like it wasn't going nowhere for a while. And then I had this lady contact me that I didn't know nothing about. And she said we hadn't met. And she said, well, do you want to come work for me? And I was like, well, what is it doing? Like, I started asking questions. She said, do you want the job or not? And I said, sure. Okay. And
I mean, but don't have me sign a dotted line without knowing what I'm be doing.
Right.
Well, yeah, when I got
That's
there.
just part of business.
Absolutely.
Because if you get there and be like, she be like, well, I want you to scrub the bottom of my feet for about an hour, and then I want you to come over here and get these things out my throat. Yeah. Let me just turn around and
Oh,
now she just wasted time.
Yeah,
You
she-
know what I'm saying? Because y'all ain't never meet, so you don't know who was she. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to ask questions.
Absolutely, that's real.
That's part of doing business.
Yeah, but when I got there, she explained to me that she have different events and stuff like that she does,
Mm-hmm.
and that she needs coverage because her last videographer was kind of iffy. They were doing weddings and stuff like that, so they wasn't always able to show up.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, sure. And this is after probably a year and a half of being here in Florida and advertising for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And something finally came through. So I'm just a living testimony of that. The more that you strive for things,
Mm-hmm.
the more that you're going to receive. It's never going to be easy because you got other people out there trying to strive for the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not the same journey, but the same thing. And you just have to continue to work hard to receive whatever your blessing is to be. And that's just period. And so I'm just enjoying my journey here in beautiful Florida / Alabama. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's really dope. But yeah, so. And I've edited some more videos since I've seen you too. I had did a video for what's it called? For Dean. I did like a barbershop ad.
Like a promo thing.
Yeah. I had sent it to you too. I don't know if you had seen it.
Mm-hmm. I probably did, depending on how long ago.
Yeah, this is probably like a month or two ago. This was the beginning of the summer. Then
This year?
Yeah.
Oh,
And then I sent you. I also did a commercial for a water company called Saratoga.
mm-hmm.
Y'all ever heard of that before?
Uh-uh.
It's a glass blue bottle. It's called Saratoga.
I think
And it's
I've
from-
seen it.
It's from Saratoga, New York, and they got natural springs up there. And so I don't even know how they found me, but they found me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really, really delighted to do that. I don't know when they're gonna air it though, so I can't tell y'all that because it's in the contract that I can't tell y'all. I can tell you about it. I can't tell you when it's gonna air.
Yeah.
So yeah, but man, it's just been an exciting journey, and I just continue to stay humble with it all. Just stay humble and stay firm, and that's all you can do. You don't know when things are gonna come through, but they're gonna come through. That's all you need to know, is that they're gonna come through.
And from the things that came through for me, they come in disguise.
Seriously,
For real.
just like we was talking about that credit.
That's
thing.
why they say don't judge.
Exactly.
Don't judge nobody, because when the folks sit in my chair, they be looking all kind of ways, and I don't even know who they be.
Yeah.
But I don't sit here and judge them. But when they open their mouth, I know they got something going for themselves.
Absolutely.
Like, oh, okay. I ain't know that. Which I'm like, why should I know that? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But I learned that about them for them 2 hours. From the 2 hours of them being here, I learned a lot from them. And, that's why when a person walk in, they look at me and what I got on, don't worry about what I got on. You can't even get your hair done. You know what I'm saying? You worried about the wrong thing.
Absolutely.
They be like, you the one that be doing all the hairdos and do that. And when I answer the phone, it's like they be hesitant, like, oh, she's young, or she's black, or she, you know what I'm saying? It's like
know
they
what
be
you mean.
hesitant, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
But they call me because of the hairdo. So I know the ones that be quick to judge, but
Have you ever thought about doing a class on how you do hair?
Ned,
Nope. We talked about that, haven't we?
Yeah.
Before? We
Yeah.
did.
I'm gonna say it and I'm gonna say it again. A lot of people they kind of don't agree with what I say.
Mm.
But for one, I didn't go to school for it.
Okay.
And two, it's natural. Yeah, I was naturally taught how to do this. I didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? I did my own research, yeah. But I never was taught one-on-one, hands-on, like how to do it.
Mhm.
I wanted to learn just that bad where I was watching, and sometimes all you gotta do is just sit there and watch, even if that person did a retwist or something and you don't like it, you just learn it I learned from all these different people that I watched and did it my own way. You know what I'm saying? Or if my way didn't work, I'm trying to see, okay, well, let me see how this other person did. Let me see, you know, and I'm trying to until my hands got comfortable enough to do it. Cause you can do something like exactly to the T how somebody do it, right?
Yes.
And it still don't come out that same way.
Nope. Nope.
Because you might be left-handed and I'm right-handed.
Hmm.
You might get cramps in your finger and I don't. You know what I'm saying?
And they might twist to the
You
right.
might, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You might be left-handed or right-handed. So
Oh, okay,
that
okay.
plays a part on which way you're gonna twist. So it's hard for me to teach because it's like, you know, whenever they say that whenever a blessing comes to you,
Mm-hmm.
it literally just comes. Because honestly, I didn't think about doing hair. This wasn't what I wanted to do. I want to be in the NBA.
You know what?
WNBA.
I can see you in there. I can really see, man. Why you won't coach or something? You don't have the time.
Because I'm
for
not
it?
a people person. I wanted to play.
She said she not.
I wanted to play. I ain't want to coach.
Don't it be crazy like how like your job be dealing with people, but you
Yeah.
really don't like to deal with people?
I'm really like so laid back and just want to just, you know what I'm saying, just be to myself a lot of times.
Me too.
When I just don't, you know what I'm saying, like I was so used to, even with friends, I was so used to just having that one friend and she'll want to go and hang around different people and I just follow her. But I was never the type to keep a crowd.
Me neither.
Yeah, I can just be by myself or go hang out with that one person.
So what's your idea of a fun day? Like just you chilling.
Best believe I know how to have fun now.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying what is your idea? Like give me set the scene. Like tell me what you would do
On a fun day?
Yes.
On a fun day, see somebody like me, I can go and bowl. I can go to an arcade and have the best time of my life.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
know what you mean.
In like Rocket Lanes in Panama City,
Mm-hmm.
they got the bowling. The only thing I'm not gonna do is skate.
And I didn't even know they had skating up in there.
Yeah, it's in there. I ain't gonna do that. And I used to skate,
Me too.
but I don't now because of the risk of me falling and twisting
Okay.
that ankle or spraining a finger or anything like that. That's why I don't.
Cause see, I'm still trying to get the Cascade, man. I love these skates, especially like when I was a kid.
I'm gonna call you back. I'm doing a video real quick.
And they used to do the old school skating. You know how they used to do the old school dances and stuff, and the backward skating. When I was a kid, I could backward skate. I can't now, but I can always learn again.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I love skating. Going to the skate ring and chilling and listening to the music and doing the cha-cha slide and all that.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the highlights of my childhood right there.
Yep.
And now, I mean, I can go to a restaurant and sit there and just have time with myself, and that's my fun type of day. Or like you said, I can go bowling by myself.
Right.
I can go to I love going to the movies.
Yeah.
Man, I went to the movies by myself.
But you know what else I can do?
What?
That's so like, it's like ain't no like not too many people will probably think about doing it, but I will. I can literally you out there on the beach. I can get me a chair, find someone under that bridge, have me a little drink, and watch the sunset.
Ooh.
And I will literally just enjoy just being out there, the breeze, and just seeing the birds fly, and not so much of the people out there. I'm just paying attention to nature.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and if I do say, well, I'm gonna go to a park and just chill. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm more so looking at the scenery of the park. I don't want to be on where no playground at where a bunch of people are sitting around. You know what I'm saying? Because when people go to the park, they go and find where somebody is at and go sit over there. I'm more so trying to find a spot. You ever seen them girls, like if you go to a park, they be sitting up on the tree with a notepad and just be writing?
Yes, I do.
I don't do that. I don't have a journal. But I'll be one of the people that'll probably just be just chilling out there, because you just out there just to ease your mind and clear your mind, or listen to music, or you ain't out there just for the people that's out there. The people that's out there probably out there for their kids and letting the kids run around and get them tired. You know what I'm saying? So my mindset of going to the park is different.
Absolutely. And see, I sit out there and I write poems. I write a lot of different poems. I've been writing since probably 18 years old.
So you're gonna be doing videos with that too, right?
You know
Yeah.
what? I sure will.
Yeah.
I sure will.
Yeah. You gotta be creative.
Because my poems is so deep, I don't know who I should share them to.
Share them to YouTube.
Okay.
Cause guess what? YouTube is so broad. You gonna
Yeah.
think ain't nobody gonna understand. Then you gonna find that person that tell you, okay, well, you should do your poem, or you should take it this route. You should write deeper, or or you should do this next time. And cause they gonna understand what you're saying.
So should I do
it? Ain't gonna be us
Mhm.
that you in this room right here. It ain't gonna be us, cause I don't know too much about poems. I like to listen to them, but it be so deep. I have to listen to it about 2, 3, 4 times before I understand what you was trying to say. But it's some people that's on your level, that's in the YouTube world. You gonna find them based off you just post your videos about it. Like, because I told another one of my friends this because he like to do. He started doing it. Now I'm not gonna say he started doing it because of me, but I did put a little bug in his ear. You do these videos and you post it on Facebook or whatever, and don't get that many views. So do your videos and put them on YouTube, because basically you turning because we used to do this. The girl I used to work with the videos, she was a poet, and instead of her being the actor, we'll go get actors. So you basically can take your poems and bring them to life. So that's why I say that. Put them on YouTube, because your poems can turn into a mini short film.
Wow.
Yeah, it can get to that point.
I didn't even think about
We used to do
that.
short films. Short films ain't nothing but 30 minutes. 25, 30 minutes, and you can bring that whole poem. Just like, what's his name? The rapper. Oh, dang, I want to say his freaking name. Joe. Is it Joe or Joseph? It's something like that. But the way he rap, it sounds like he just spitting poems.
Well, I ain't gonna lie, like, what's the dude name from down there in Tampa?
Oh,
The heavyset guy.
right way?
Yeah, his stuff sound like poetry.
Yeah, but the guy I'm talking about, Rod Wave sound more like poetry / music. It still sound like music. But this guy, he'll sit down in a chair, and everybody else will be acting what he's saying around him, but he'll just be sitting in the chair the whole time. I need to think of this man. When I think about it, matter of fact, if I find out, I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay.
So you'll see the difference. Then you're gonna be like, okay, I see what you mean. It ain't no Rod Wave type poem I'm talking about.
Okay.
Basically, he's saying his poem to a beat, but you could tell it's straight poetry.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna send it to you because it's 2 of his songs. He just put out one. Every time you put it out, it's on the Shade Room. Shade Room, take like a little piece of, maybe take the whole video and put it on the Shade Room, and I'll be like, wow. That's why I heard the last one from the Shade Room. But when I tell you he's so far with it. Even that, because the reason why, because I understand what he's saying, the way they acted out. And he be talking fast and everything, but I understand what he's saying because they acted out so good. I feel him. Just like the last one that he did, the man was talking about, the closest person to you. You know how they say you want to bring people with you, family and all that. You want to bring people with you, as in like not going from A to Z, but like when you make it, I want them to make it type of thing.
Yes.
But he had a best friend that he felt like he put him on, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough for the friend. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
So he was like, I've been there for you. I was there. We've been friends for over 20 some years or whatever. I feel like I deserve as much as you got, basically. And he didn't agree with that. Which I'm like, if he put you on, if he got you out the projects, if he, you know what I'm saying, change your life around, what makes you think he got to give you every little piece of dime that he got? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
You ain't got to work for nothing. He just giving you his money because y'all that close. So it kind of made them fall out because he didn't agree with that. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean.
Because honestly, them same people, if the shoe was on the other foot, they probably want to give you a dime.
Nothing.
They want to give you a dime. The same way you know what I'm saying, you bring them along and help them. to become the person that, you know, they never thought they would be. But then when they see you keep moving forward, cause one thing about it, when you reach out and get somebody a hand and they don't step foot and try to keep going, they gonna still be stuck in that position because you helped them get up there where you at. They didn't have to go through the trenches and in the mud and fight and all that. You know what I'm saying? What Drake said, they weren't with you shooting in the gym.
Nope.
So if you ain't put in the work and I just gave you a helping hand, I pulled you where I'm at, you don't know how to go to the next step.
That's
You just gonna keep looking for me to keep pulling you.
right. That's just like, it's because something that stood out that you said. That's just like, I deal with a lot of people. Well, actually, I don't deal with them. I actually kind of remove them from my life because I'm tired of people always calling me, asking me for money.
That's
Like,
what you
I'm-
gonna do.
Like I
Yeah.
got all this money, you know. And even if I did,
Mm-hmm.
you know, what I start
You
doing is I
comfortable.
charge people interest. If
Mhm.
they borrow money from me, I'm like the bank.
That's how you do it. And I had to tell a little cousin the other day. I said, cuz, you know what I'm saying? When he asked me, I said, cuz, I ain't gonna lie, I don't do the borrowing thing no more. But what I could have did was do the interest. But I said I didn't want to go there because if you ask me for a little bit of change, what made me think you gonna be able to pay back a little more change on top of the change that you asked for. So I ain't want to fall out with family over that.
Yeah.
So all I had to lie, I said I don't do the borrowing thing no more, which I would, depending on who it is, I would.
Yes.
But I knew with that person, I ain't even gonna do it because I've been done fell out with you. I don't care how much it is. It's the trust of you saying you gonna give my money back on this date.
And most of the time, when you tell them you charge interest, they ain't gonna even do it, because they don't even. Some people don't even know what that means. Besides you saying interest,
Yeah,
but you know you charging interest on your money.
right,
Period.
right.
And a lot of people, when at least I know when I've dealt with my family, they like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm cool, because I don't even know how much that's gonna cost me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
Double?
you costing me.
Interest is double.
Yep, exactly. And then you costing me to give you this money because you don't know what I might have had to do with it.
Right.
And because I'm comfortable and I know how to manage my money, don't mean that I want to give it out. I definitely don't want to give it out
Yeah.
because what if I need it for something?
Mm-hmm.
You
Oh,
know?
it don't matter what you need it for. It's what they need it for.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
And so it's just like I don't even try to let people borrow money no more because, like you said, the dude felt like he was obligated.
Mm-hmm.
And ain't no one should feel obligated to
Obligated.
nobody's anything.
Right.
Car, house, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even if you was giving your family member a job, you gonna do the job how it's done, supposed to be done,
Mm-hmm.
or not at all. Because business is business.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people just don't understand that. They don't.
So that's why, and it boils down to keep your family out your business. Because boy, you been on fill out with everybody. Think about it. You been
Were
on fill
you?
out with everybody.
Was
Over
I
business.
coming to you when I was cooking the chicken?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well,
you
I
was.
stopped cooking the chicken because those was my recipes, but the connection with the family was not working out,
Mm-hmm.
and I was the person that was keeping the business together. So I had to
So this
remove
was a
myself.
family business.
It was. It
Is it
was.
still going?
I ain't there no more. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, okay. Okay. I mean, if you was the person that opened the doors and you just said, well, I'm not gonna do it no more, then I understand why the doors closed. But
Well, I wasn't the financial person,
okay, I got you.
but I was the person that to make it run.
Right.
And usually the person that make it run is what keep the business going.
Right.
You know, and so I just kind of just removed myself because I knew that I wanted more, and my more is being able to create. You know, being a creator, like yourself and like myself. You know, you just want for so much. And, you know, of course we got to focus on certain things and narrow it down. But I knew that I needed to do something better than just cook chicken. Because for one, I ain't even eat no chicken. So it was kind of hard for me to cook it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But beyond that point, it just was like, it's time for me to do what I want to do.
Right.
So with that said, I've rolled 5 scripts now. I got 5 scripts written down. With movies that I want to produce. And I got some photo shoots that I want to do. And I'm also, I haven't really put this out there, but I'm also starting a show called Bay Heart Talks, where I go around and I interview people. So pretty soon here, I'll be traveling around interviewing people that are famous or just very successful in their own way. And, you know, get their story of, you know, a little bit.
How they got to where they at.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's the most
we was just watching one on YouTube of this guy. He do that, and the lady, she's famous with doing cupcakes. And her house, she bought it, and that's her business now, her house. But she had to move out because she had to make room for the cupcakes. So yeah, but he went and talked to her, interviewed her, and it's just amazing because she said she started her business with $5. She said she had $5 to her name. Went and bought everything she needed with them $5, and she kept flipping ever since. She been flipping that $5 ever since. Every time she made $60, she flipped that. So that was actually a good one to watch, because it's kind of like motivation. You know what I'm saying? Because some people think, oh, you need all this money to start your business. You know what I'm saying? Nah.
You just need structure and to stay humble and to stay firm. Stay focused.
Focus.
Yes.
Yeah. Gotta stay focused, because there's so many distractions, man. And then you got people that don't want you to succeed, so they're gonna be trying to knock what you got going on.
Period.
It's up to you if you're gonna listen to it though.
You
gotta stay strong on that part.
Absolutely.
Because there's gonna be a lot of people like, you know how many people hit me up and say, hey, you still doing drugs? I'm like, what make you think I'm not doing drugs?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I post every day.
Yeah.
But just because you probably deleted me or lost my number, or, you know what I'm saying? Some people form their own hate towards you, that when they finally see, okay, well, she's still doing it, what they gonna say when they come back? Hey, you still? Yeah, I am. Where you been? You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this. I ain't stopped. Cause when I put my focus in it, and I put my all in it, I ain't had no choice but to keep going with it. You know what I'm saying?
This is a cash flow.
Yeah.
And so why?
I have no reason to go get a job, because at the end of the day, you know, like like before you just got here, I was doing probably like 1 head a day. Yeah, people like, oh, you stay booked. But guess what? I done got myself to the point where people think I'm booked all the time, because that's how I promoted myself. To for one, look like I'm booked, even though I'm not. But if I got a spot, hey, I'll post it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I'm booked when I know I'm not booked, because I ain't getting money for pretending like I'm being booked. But people like, they see, oh, well, she always busy. Yeah, she always busy. She always posting. And I even got to the point where I used to post every head I did in a day. I used to post them. I done got to the point where I post 1 head a day, but people still say I'm busy. Literally, I post probably 1 head in the morning, 1 head in the afternoon, and that'll be it. You see me post 2 times a day, but thinking I'm booked. You know what I'm saying? But when I was posting 6, 7, 8 heads a day, nobody was saying I was booked then. You see what I'm saying? When I was booked then, but there wasn't no rumors going around saying I was booked, because I wasn't in that position yet. So it's crazy how it is, you know, trying to run a business, trying to work for yourself, and you know, it's you against the world, you against everybody else. You know, even though you're trying to service people, help people, it's still you against them. You know.
Like I contacted a film company that I wanted to work with, and I think they were investing. And when I contacted them and I told them that that's what I do too, they didn't even want to work with me. And I was like, well, you know, I'm trying to, you know, get some help shooting a movie. They said, well, no, we don't work with other film companies.
Right.
And I just thought that was crazy.
Competition.
Because film companies work. Warner Brother work with Fox. Fox work with CBS. You know, they all work together. Lionsgate, work with Fox.
Mhm.
They all work together. That's how they do. That's how they make money. That's how everybody stay relevant.
Think about it, girl. That's everybody that making a big bag.
Yeah, they are.
So you somebody trying to come up, they looking at you like you ain't finna come up off us. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if you was on their level already, they probably would have worked with you because you don't need them to come up. They probably would have worked with you. So they looking at it like you competition, you trying to come up, you may come up off them and take their clients. But
Wow.
you ain't, you know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
Huh?
Just,
Oh, yeah.
that makes a difference too.
Yeah, but a lot of times it's the competition. Whenever you talk to somebody that's doing what you're doing, because especially if they're in the same area as him, they're gonna look at it as you competition. They're not looking at it. Oh yeah, we'll give him a favor. Yeah, we'll do a favor for him. Yeah, no, it's always. Oh, you doing? We doing? Okay, no, I can't help you. Oh, you selling cookies? No, you can't sell cookies outside my shop. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? Like it's
Yep.
competition. Regardless if you selling cookies out your car, you stopping their business from coming to the store.
Yep.
That's how they gonna see it. But little do they know, they don't know you in that car. So I don't care if you got out the car and say, hey, you wanna try a cookie? They be like, nah, I'm going to the store and get a cookie. Cause I don't know how you made your cookies. I don't know where your cookies come from. I don't know who you is. But if they wanna come to you, they still gonna come.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
I don't have no competition. I'm not out here teaching nobody what I do, only because, like I said, I wasn't taught, so I can't sit here and just write from A to Z how you do this. Because honestly, I feel like you just do it.
Exactly.
That's how I feel like you just do it. Like what you mean? How you braid? You just braid. But really, it is a certain way you have to braid. You have to split the hair in threes. You have to grab this hair and grab this hair over here and grab this hair and make sure it's tight and hold your in. You know what I'm saying? Not tight, too tight, but you just make sure it stays on the scalp.
Right.
And I'm looking at people like, you can't braid? Like, you just take the hair and just braid. You know what I'm saying? And my sister taught me how to braid, so I can honestly say I was taught how to do that
Okay.
because she taught me how to braid. So I can teach somebody how to braid because I was taught how to braid. So when it comes to dreadlocks, I wasn't taught how to do dreads. I just did it. So how can you teach it?
And she
if
do
you
a great
just-
job, y'all. She do a great job.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you.
It's the difference, ain't it? It's the difference when you was actually taught how to do something other than it just naturally coming to you.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because that's just how, like, when I started videography and photography, I honestly didn't know how far I was going to get with it. But when I started loving it and see that I had an eye, I had one hell of an eye to the point where I was booked up for like 2 months. Just taking pictures, doing business photo shoots, doing baby photo shoots, and all these different things. And then I just skyrocketed because it was just something that I just started loving. And right now, I even now I have like a craving for it. Like I just want to go take pictures and film something and get a story out there because I love building that story. One thing I learned is story blocks, and you build that story. Even with pictures, you can build a story. You know, one where somebody's looking up and one looking down. You know, that tells two different stories, but together, you know, it's like you're up and then you're down. You know what I mean? And then you might have one in the middle where you just are calm because you're at a calm place in your life. So that's one thing that I love about, you know, videography and photography is telling that story and making it come alive. And even the editing part, I think I told you before, like before I didn't really like editing, but now I love editing because I'm just learning how to, you know, make things go slow or transition things to the next part of the story. And it's just all these building blocks that help tell the story. It's just so dope. It really is.
It is. Yeah. Oh, because I understand what you're saying because I edit. So I get what you're saying. It's fun. It's fun. It's a job.
Yes,
Some people
ma'am.
hate the job.
Yes.
You gotta love what you do. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
if this is what you want to do, you gotta love what you do.
Yeah.
I edit from a computer and I edit from a phone. I prefer a computer, but I can do both. You know what I'm saying? Like you just can't hate it. You gotta love what you do at the end of the day in order to keep doing it.
Mhm.
So. But I ain't gonna hold y'all up. I am gonna end the vlog here. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Y'all hit the subscribe button. I got him on the dryer. He gonna be on here for a little while waiting for my next client to come. Again, this is
The Original Vegan
The Original Vegan on YouTube. On what else?
on Instagram.
Yeah, on Instagram.
Yes.
If y'all are vegan, y'all want to see his channel. He's an up and coming YouTuber. One day we may end up doing a collab.
I'm gonna get her to try some vegan food. She don't know it yet.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe if it tastes like fried chicken, I'll probably eat it. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? I don't want no paste. Don't give me no paste.
Oh my God, it's vegetable.
Don't give me no paste. I don't want no.
Man, she acting up, y'all. You know,
Yeah.
I'm talking about vegan
Maybe
food.
I'll put some ranch on it. Ranch and some hot sauce. Yeah, you know what I'm
she
saying?
said she gotta spice it up a
Yeah,
little
give
bit.
me a flavor. I think that's what people get. They probably do that. Put a little extra taste to it.
Well, yeah, you know, when
Yeah,
they put the little
spice it
hot
up.
sauce and the ketchup.
Oh, we can do
But
that.
you ain't gonna need that because it's gonna have flavor. You ain't gonna need that. It's gonna have flavor for sure.
That's what they all say. But yeah. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Y'all hit the subscribe button. Y'all make sure y'all drop a comment if y'all have any questions. Anything that we talked about, if y'all want to, you know what I'm saying, give your opinion on it, y'all are free to do that. Matter of fact, y'all gonna do that now. I'm waiting. Okay, yeah, y'all gonna do that right now. Drop a comment, hit the like button. Y'all go subscribe to his channel.
Please, please.
We done said it about 3 times, so don't ask me what his channel is. Because I don't forgot what the channel was. I know it's something vegan.
The
Y'all
Original Vegan,
The
man.
Original Vegan.
Come on now.
Y'all go ahead, just shout the man out, say, hey, Keita something here. Even if you don't do the vegan food, you know what I'm saying? We just trying to support each other at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I'll catch y'all in another video. I'm finna get my other client in here, and he like to play music, so I ain't finna deal with that. But yeah, yeah, he like to play music loud on his phone and stuff. So y'all just catch me in another video.